got lots of room, plenty of places to go. Why would you want to get 2 and 3 wide?
Because you can?
Because you can. That's a fun track to race on. It really is. It's got you get so many lines you can run, so many options. If the car's not working, you can find a place to make it work.
Well, a car that has gotten a lot better since the beginning of the race. Back there, Ryan Newman, he's in 13th position, but he's a lap down. You know, he was real loose earlier. They've got that car a lot better. He'd love to see a caution come out and see if he can get his lap back.
Rusty's hanging in there pretty well, too. And don't forget, he won this thing last year, so he knows how to win here. And he hadn't won a race since this race last year. I know he's hungry for a win.
Elliott Sadler slow in the front straightaway. I don't know if he'll make it all the way around to pit road. A little bit of smoke.
Boy, just as I said that about Rusty, Mike, he near hit the wall on turn 2 over there.
I cut it off because...
I heard Sadler say he shut it down.
The guys are running so high down in 1 and 2, and they get up there, and if they get into that sand and rubber on their tires, they lose all control of the car, and they almost hit the wall.
85 laps to go, at least one more pit stop, depending on how this plays out. Dave Blaney, 1.2 seconds ahead of Kurt Busch here in Fontana. Well, that can just got a little dent in it. We're riding with Sterling Marlin. I believe he just brushed the wall. They're in 4th place. Let's see what happened to Sterling.
Well, it's over in turn 2, and I know I keep saying it, but see up there where he is, and he gets just enough of that sand and stuff. Ooh.
No question.
Yeah, it was actually over coming out turn 4 on the front stretch.
Turn 4, yeah. These turns are narrowing up.
Elliott Sadler's car did coast all the way around the racetrack and made it to the garage area.
You see a little bit of damage on the right side. I don't think it's serious. I don't see any tire rub, but he did bend that fender in a little bit.
The front fender area is very sensitive at this racetrack at these speeds.
It certainly is, and it's allowed Dale Jarrett to close right up on him.
Rusty Wallace had just passed Marlin when that happened. Wallace moves up into the 3rd position. He's 3 seconds back of the leader.
Rusty, your lap times that last run were really good in comparison to the lead cars. I know it was early in the run, but you were right there.
That car felt really good that time. It was turning good. It wasn't loose or nothing. So remember those air pressures, and let's see if this will work the next time.
I love that kind of communication from the crew. I mean, he gives them information, but then they give him some back that helps him make smart decisions as the race unwinds here. Plus, it's kind of encouraging. And I know I talk about that all the time, but a driver loves to be encouraged. Attaboy. Give him an attaboy all the time.
Right here, about 15 laps into this run, our top 3, Dave Blaney, Kurt Busch, Rusty Wallace, they are running, and including Dale Jarrett in 4th, about the same times, 41:30s.
The yellow car, Dave Blaney, that's the Jasper Ford, out in front here by 2 seconds over Kurt Busch. Blaney, a former World of Outlaws champion and a racetrack owner, Sharon Speedway in Ohio. Dick Berggren.
Jimmy Fennig is Kurt Busch's crew chief. You guys took 2 tires on that last stop. How is it working?
Well, we're loose right now. Hopefully they'll come in a little later, but we're going to get 4 at the end here and see what's going to happen. We might have to tighten up a little bit, but right now we're a little bit too loose.
That car has been so fast today, Jimmy. What is it got that's making it so fast?
Kurt Busch.
He gives the credit to the driver. I bet if we could talk to Kurt Busch, he'd say Jimmy Fennig is the reason the car is so fast.
Now, one thing that bothers me, Larry, if the car's loose and he's running a little higher than he's run all day long, he needs to be real careful and not get that back end out from under him. Just needs to calm down here. They'll fix it on the next stop.
Mike Skinner in the 4 car on pit road unscheduled stop. But yeah, it's such a fine line when you're up there at the top of that groove. You get a little bit out of that groove, it'll come around with you.
And he hadn't really been up there, especially off of 2. I keep watching. He hadn't really been up there like that all day. So you got to kind of feel your way along.
I tell you, the guy that's the fastest guy on the racetrack, we see Dale Jarrett right here in 88, but the fastest guy is that guy trying to get a caution flag, Bill Elliott. He's running 41.19s. Our leaders are running 41.30s and 40s. He so much needs a caution flag.
Elliott, the last car on the lead lap in 12th. And there's Dave Blaney, continues to set the pace here in California. Blaney, Busch, Wallace, Jarrett, and Marlin, the front 5.
Sterling Marlin. Jeff Hammond and I observing in the Hollywood Hotel, battling in the new paint scheme on his Coors Dodge.
Yeah, unfortunately for Sterling, it looked like he had a car that could go up there and contend for the win, but he got into turn 4 wall just a little while ago, and his car has not been quite as good as it was early on during the race.
The yellow car, we have 70 laps to go. Dave Blaney looking for his first ever Winston Cup victory. He has finished 6th 3 times in his career, and Kurt Busch applying a little heat there behind him. But I wanted to talk about Dale Jarrett, currently running 3rd. He's moving his way back up, Jeff. Remember last year he came into California as the points leader and left as the points leader. He came in 16th into this race, and there's been a change for him since Jimmy Ellich left after Bristol, and Todd Parrott came back and took over at Texas.
Yes, Chris, and probably that has to do with the old chemistry and guys being able to communicate. We always stress how much important communication is with this type of racing, and I think they're finally getting back on track where they can contend once again like they did, in the years past. We see right there the 24 car defending champion Jeff Gordon. He too looks like he's starting to find his groove and making his way up toward the front, currently running 5th. But Kurt Busch has been a force to reckon with all day long. He has got himself all over Dave Blaney right now. He's really coming on strong right here toward the end of the race.
Yes, so it looks like this group of 5, Blaney, Kurt Busch, Dale Jarrett, Rusty Wallace, as you pointed out, Jeff Gordon, should be a terrific finish, and we'll keep an eye on that pit stop. It's
going to all come down to the final pit stop, who gets on and off pit road the best. And the guys in front of the booth, they can tell you all about it. Mike?
Thanks, Jeff. 182, 68 to go, and Dave Blaney's lead has been cut now to just a couple of car lengths by Kurt Busch.
We're going to look at the speed going into turn 3 at the end of the backstretch between these two leaders. Dave Blaney, the 77, Kurt Busch in the 97. There you see it's pretty equal right there at the end of the backstretch.
Not too equal through the middle of the corner. No, that's where Busch is really strong.
Kurt Busch coming for the lead. Blaney carries him a little bit up high and then drops to the bottom of the racetrack.
But I'm happy for Dave Blaney. I mean, he hasn't had a lot to brag about. Here he is leading this race late in the race. I'm real happy for him.
And for that team, Darrell, which led 5 laps last season, today they've led more than 25 laps.
And at the end of the front stretch, both of them was a little over 196 miles an hour. But Darrell, I think you picked up on it. The difference is in the middle of the corner. Who's picking that throttle up sooner, carrying it that speed off the corner?
That's where Busch has just been so strong all day long. Through the corner, especially the center. His car seems to be working really good where you can get back to the throttle.
But now Sterling Marlin has slid back to 6th place after that brush with the wall.
Yeah, and to quote Sterling Marlin, he said, I think we messed the race car up. But they do know that the right front fender has been damaged, but they do think that they can fix it on the next stop. And Darrell, you mentioned that the front of those cars, that quarter panel, is very sensitive.
Yeah, it's what I was just going to say, Steve. As I watched Sterling go by, the right front fender, it's been hit about like it was at Daytona. And so, if they have to stop the race, he might want to get out and work on it.
How about Ricky Rudd right behind him? Both the Robert Yates cars having a strong run today. Presently, Jarrett in 3rd and Rudd in 7th.
That's because of one thing. It's what's up under the hood. Got some ponies, and you can use them here, bud.
But Ricky, he's been steady all day long. Started in 37th, and now he's up to 7th position. And Mike, you mentioned it earlier. In Charlotte here in about 3 weeks, he'll break the consecutive start record by Terry Labonte. Today is 654th start. Started back at Riverside in 1981, January.
Let me just follow up real quick. Those engines have a lot of power if you can hold them wide open. They got 800 horsepower if you can hold them wide open. And that's Todd's responsibility. They seem to have the combination today. Jeff.
Darrell, I just noticed in watching down Sterling's car when you're talking about the right front fender, it almost appears like maybe the right side skirt has also been torn loose on the side of the car. And as Larry will tell you right quick, that can make a big difference. Also, how that car fit, air hits the side of it and keeping the car out of the yaw mode where it will handle good also. If that thing's flopping like that, he's going to lose some downforce as well as side bite when he turns off in the corner.
I mean, there's a lot of things that affect downforce, front and rear. But those front fenders, I mean, when you talk about front downforce, those front fenders are so sensitive as we talk. And we're going to look at our animation right here. We talk about front and rear. Front downforce is mainly the front end openings and these front fenders. That's what controls the air pressure on the front end. You talk about rear downforce, it's mainly the pressure on that rear spoiler. A lot of other little things like the rocker skirt that affects that downforce, but you want as much in both ends as you can, but it's also a balance. not too much front or not too much rear to complement each other.
And I think that's where the Taurus and the Dodge particularly have an advantage over the Chevrolet and the Pontiac is the balance. They can put more pressure on the front and they can equal their cars out better than the Chevrolets and the Pontiacs can.
Quickest cars on the racetrack right now are Jeff Gordon in 5th place and Bill Elliott, who has distanced himself from the leader. He's the last car on the lead lap in 12th.
Napa Auto Parts 500 on Fox is brought to you by UPS, official delivery company of NASCAR. We want to race the truck. People love the truck.
59 laps to go. There were 12 cars on the lead lap. There are now just 11. Jeff Gordon picked up a wrapper, a piece of plastic cellophane something, on the grill opening of his Chevrolet. The car started to overheat and he had to pit.
And he's not got a whole lot of opening there to stop up anyway. Look at this. There's the wrapper. Look at how they got the grill taped up. That's so you get all that downforce over on the left side over here. Plus he got a little piece of tape on the right side. That's a really small opening for to keep that car running cool.
While he came in, they put 4 tires on it, but he has gone 1 lap down. Kurt Busch, our leader now by 1.8 seconds over Dave Blaney. Dick Bergman.
And Kurt Busch had the same problem, Mike Joy. He had a piece of paper on the radiator as well. Water temperature going up. Crew chief Jimmy Fennig told him, tuck in behind one of those lap cars. Get real close. When he did, the piece of paper fell off. Kurt Busch out there. I'll tell you what, he's got the lucky charm in his pocket today. He'll be pitting right around lap 200.
Say that crew chief's got some spirits. He knows that if you get up there behind another car, it'll take all the air off the nose, and that thing will just fall right off of there. That's a good example of why the car's aero push when you're behind somebody. No air going on your nose.
You know, go back to Jeff Gordon. It was a scheduled stop. They just had to do it about 10 or 12 laps early to get that wrapper off the grill.
So he'll need a caution flag to get back in sequence. Uh-oh, Jeremy Mayfield might be that flag.
This is not what Jeff Gordon needs right here.
Guys, who's his teammate?
Bill Elliott, the fastest car on the track, trying to get back on the lead lap, out in front of the leader. No, coincidence.
Let's go to the garage, guys. If that brake's locked up, it won't move.
Caution flag is out.
Now earlier, there was a cut down tire
make it to the end.
One of the Evernham cars. And they thought there might have been a brake rotor problem. Turned out not to be. There's NASCAR control. And caution is out on the speedway at lap 194. Jeremy Mayfield, the 2000 winner of this race.
We had a brake dragging too. Is that why it didn't make it back around?
That's
I guess because I quit rolling over there. You know, I mean, I shut it off right at the start-finish line. Just didn't make it there.
It's Ray Evernham and Mayfield talking it over.
Joe Nemechek gets his lap back. 26 car.
He was, I think he may have been 2 down anyway there.
Gets one up back.
And as we already documented, Bill Elliott now back on the lead lap. Ryan Pemberton, Dave Blaney's crew chief, he liked seeing that caution.
Well, we got 55 laps to go, Larry. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna obviously bring you in, put your 4 tires on, and give you fuel. Put all the fuel I can put in there, and until we go back green flag racing, I'm gonna tell you, conserve fuel. Stay off that throttle under these caution flags if we think we can make it.
55 laps, that's 110 miles. Do the math there, Larry.
Well, Dave Blaney,